How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're doing a throwback video. Today we're going to be checking out the Transformers Generations Autobot Wheeljack. So we're going to be taking a look at this guy. Fantastic figure. A lot of people actually still like this figure and prefer it compared to some of the newer figures that we got from War for Cybertron. So let's go ahead and check it out. Before we do, consider subscribing to Prime Energon. I would really appreciate it. And it'll help the channel out, it helps me out, it helps you out, it helps your mom out, and everybody else. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Transformers Generations Wheeljack. So, nice, fancy throwback of the packaging right here. This is how they used to do it. You do get Transformers up top, Generations, you get a nice shot of Wheeljack, and then you get a little level up here of intermediate. So he is a 3. When it comes down to transformation, you get some nice stuff down here. You get the Autobot faction Wheeljack. You get some Hasbro right here. Taking a look at the back right here, you do get a nice little description of the top right here if you want to read that. Nice little bio of Wheeljack. Converting blaster. Comes with these little smokestacks, which also look like little wrenches. So that's cool that they're doing that, but you get a nice shot of Wheeljack in robot mode and in his sports car mode. Transformers.com, and this is, like I said, back in 2010. So this is a very old figure, and I only got it for 30 bucks. So not so bad when it comes down to the pricing. I've seen this for like 50 or 60 bucks elsewhere. So taking a look at some of the details with Generations Wheeljack. And this is definitely a different take, a little bit bulkier take on Wheeljack. Looks like he's been dipping into the Cheetos a little bit too much. This guy looks a little chunky, but still looks pretty cool. I love the head sculpt that they went with right here. You get some nice smoky, transparent plastic going along for his little ears or his little wingtips, which actually looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of light piping, so that's actually another pretty cool thing. You get actually a lot of light piping, and the whole thing just lights up, so that is also pretty nice for that. Checking out the chest, you get a little Autobot insignia right there in the middle, some nice paint, red and white, and a little bit of a green striping going down this whole chest piece. Yes, probably a nightmare, made out of transparent, smoky plastic. But hopefully this isn't an issue. Taking a look at the legs, you get some little stubby legs, especially for the thighs right here, but you do get some nice detailing on them. Taking a look at the front of the legs, you get that green stripe, red and white going down the side. Some nice green striping over here. The wheels are over here on the side. And as far as that backpack goes, he is a chunky monkey. He's got a pretty chunky, sizable backpack. This is how they did it back then. And then the back of the legs, a little bit of hollowness in the back and off to the side, but not too bad. The arms wheels are up here, so it's definitely an interesting design. And as far as his wingtips, they do extend from the doors on back of them, so they're a little bit accentuated for those wingtips. But I like it. It looks different. It looks cool. And actually really enjoying this figure. He is definitely fun to transform. So checking out the points of articulation for him. So the head is on a ball joint. You get a lot of movement for the head, which is actually quite nice. Can go all the way around. The arms are on ball joints. And for the most part, they can go all the way around. If you move these wingtips out of the way, they can go out. You get 2 points of articulation, that ball joint and this hinge right there. You do get a upper bicep rotation. You get 2 double joints for that bicep. So you get a little over 90-degree bend for that bicep. You do get wrist rotation, so that's also pretty cool. Waist rotation, although it does move the chest out a little bit, so keep that in mind, but you do get waist rotation. Legs can kick out, if the lift is up, they can kick forward and they can kick back. You also do get some above the knee rotation. the leg is on a ball joint, so you also do get some thigh rotation right there as well. And you get about 90-degree bend at the knee, and then you also do get some ankle tiltage for this front piece right here, and this heel will go up and down for that as well. So pretty articulated, and I'm actually happy with it, but it's just the legs being a little weird that they push that chest up. That can be a little annoying sometimes when you're trying to pose them. Checking out his accessories, so he does have his little converting blaster on here, which is it folds up into this right here, and that's going to be for storage in car mode. And then you just fold it out, and it does clip on using these little clips onto the back right here. You see those little bars right there. This will clip onto that, and this will become his shoulder cannon. And of course, he can hold this in his hand if you wanted to as well, but it is a little loose. It will stick in there, but yeah, it's a very weird joint. The hands are open-handed, but he can still hold it pretty well. But then it's going to be a shoulder cannon. And then the other two accessories he gets are going to be his smokestacks, which for storage can store on the back of the leg. So keep that in mind. You get that little bar right in there, and this will just clamp onto there, and you will have weapon storage. But these are meant to be his wrenches. So if you hold them like that, they sort of do look like little wrenches, and these will hold in his hand. And like I said, these are a little bit of a looser fit, but you can't hold these in his hand. And you can also, if you want to, put this on his shoulder and have a little over the shoulder cannons too, if you wanted to do that. You get two of these, one for each side. Again, these are going to be the smokestacks or the mufflers for car mode. Going on over to comparison. So here we got the Generations Wheeljack, and here we got the Devastation War for Cybertron Wheeljack, and that way you guys get a difference on both of these. And I definitely like the coloration and the head sculpt over here, just because I don't know, it's something about the head I like. But this one, I just like the colors and the slenderness of it. He looks a little bit more slender and a little bit more sleek. He just looks very bulky, but still, I really do like this figure. Here we go for the Origins Wheeljack, which definitely more in line with that, a little bit more stubblier. Absolutely hate this figure. He has too much kibble. Look at this. It's horrible. I didn't even buy this guy when it came out. I ended up getting this used, and yeah, absolutely hate this character, but he does look okay up here. I just don't like all the kibble, but there you go for that comparison. And finally, here we go for the Transformers Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And yeah, definitely a nice comparison for those two. So there you go for comparisons. All right, going on over to transformation of him. So pretty easy to transform. So we're going to go ahead and knock in the wingtips over here. There's going to be the doors, and these will eventually come down. So we're going to bring out the backpack, and these are on hinges. So they're going to swing down, and then they will go in, which a lot of this stuff has that type of movement. So you'll notice that, which is actually pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and leave these out for there. And then now we're going to go ahead and close this piece up. We're going to come on over to the chest area, and all of this, we'll notice, will sort of come down. Is actually pretty cool. The wheels, we're going to go ahead and swing them around. What we're going to do is we're going to pull all this down. As you can see right there, it collapses everything, which is actually pretty cool when you're going from car mode to robot mode, from robot mode to car mode. Everything collapses. That's actually a pretty cool feature right there. We're going to go ahead and bring the arms back, and we're going to sort of bring the arms back around like this. That way they are facing in that orientation. Now we're going to go ahead and take the wheels. Now we're going to go ahead and take the legs and collapse this inward, as you can see right there. And all of that will fit quite nicely. Now, as far as the legs go, they also do extend. So they will go in and they will come out for transformation. So we're going to go ahead and collapse them inward, just like so. And then now we can combine down the middle. And as you can see, everything is starting to come together. We're going to go ahead and bring all of this forward and start attaching the windshield to it. We're going to bring the doors around and swing them upward for now. And then now for the arms, they're going to tab in with this little slot right here. They're going to tap onto these tabs right there, which is a little tricky. You're going to have to just go ahead and tab those in first. Just like that, they will sort of soft click in there. And then now we could bring the whole back of the car down, and that will collapse on there. And then now we could go ahead and start closing up the doors. You get these tabs are going to go underneath the fender and start tidying everything up. And as far as transformation, that's actually pretty cool. I did forget storage. Oh, let's go back. I did forget the storage. So before you close up the hatchback over here, you're going to want to fold up the shoulder cannon, and then this is going to fit right into that hole right there, and that is storage for the shoulder cannon. And then close it back up, which is actually quite nifty. And as far as the smokestacks go, they're going to clamp on right onto this little green peg right here, and these will become the side mufflers for car mode. And there you go for transformation of the Transformers Generations Wheeljack, and actually looks quite nice. Wheels are pinned on, so it rows really smoothly actually. And then taking a look at some details, some nice striping on there. Love the design of this car mode. Actually looks pretty cool. You got some silver for those headlights, but it actually looks pretty cool. Taking a look at the side, you get that green striping going down the side. Taking a look at the back, you get some nice red for the back tail lights. Some exhaust, you get some gunmetal gray right there. And they actually painted the back window, which actually goes pretty cool. It's more of a darker gunmetal, but it goes with that smoky black on the front, so it looks pretty cool. A little bit of paint right there for the back windows. You get the spoiler on the back, and looks quite nice. And here it is on the front, side, back, and bottom. Cleans up really nicely for this version. All right, so here we go for comparisons in their alt modes. For Transformers Generations Wheeljack, we get Transformers Devastations Wheeljack, and then we also have the Transformers Origin Wheeljack. And definitely hate transforming this guy with all these panels that you have to line up. This thing is horrible. I hate this figure. Robot mode isn't that bad, but this is actually pretty cool. It's just all of these panels are so annoying to try to get fixed in there. But here you go for a comparison between the three of these. So here we go: Transformers Devastations and Transformers Generations Wheeljack. And big boy, he is a pretty big transformer when it comes down to the car. Bigger than this is actually kind of nice. They don't make them like this anymore. That is definitely true right there. But yeah, looking quite nice with it. And then here is the Origins Wheeljack. Again, looking quite nice. He is big only because he's a big hollow box, but I really like this figure. I never got to own it when it first came out, and I'm glad that I got to own it now. So I want to try to collect all of these old school generations figures. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.